Hello, dear ones, and happy spring equinox. Normally, at this time, I would expound on planting seeds and preparing for the growth of the new year, putting plans into place. However, Mother Nature has decided to change the fields, as it were, and the ground may be a little unstable for planting at this time. Who knows what it's going to be like or how we'll feel when this event has a past and normal life has resumed. So instead, I would like to give a few words about spring cleaning, that other time-honored tradition that happens at this time of year, because it's the end of winter, because we finally technically get to get out of our houses, open the windows without fear of freezing every day. Though if you're in Colorado, you know that it's spring because the snow is wet and heavy as opposed to wet and light. So maybe not keep your windows open all the time. However, it is that time of year. Get everything out of the house. Get it beaten down, fluffed up. And that may not apply as much to our way of life these days, but things that we can clear out would be emails, and maybe the cabinets, do some deep cleaning of the storage unit. And since we have all this extra time to be together while being apart, depending on how many people are in your household, perhaps if you're like me, it is a good time to go through the to-do list and to take responsibility for the decisions. No longer can I put things off because I have a play or I'm going to go get together with friends or I have choir practice. Instead, I have to look at the thing and say, all right, I'm going to get it done. Or, you know what, I really have no interest in doing it. Click off my list. Projects, the same way. It is fun to say, oh yeah, I'm interested in this and I'm interested in that and I'm interested in the other thing. But now that I have the space to really pursue an interest, if I look at it and say, I'm not feeling it, it would be nice to want to do it, is something totally different than, oh my God, I really want to work on this. So it is a good time to take personal responsibility for my choices and say, yep, it's not something I'm going to pursue at this time, and let it go. We don't know what's going to happen on the other side of this fallow time, a time when things are growing that we don't really have a good glimpse of how it's going to turn out. And the only thing we can do is self-care. Take care of ourselves, clean up our space, work on the skills that bring us joy. Take note of the things that we have a really difficult time with. I am an introvert. Having my people in my home all the time, much as I love them, would make it very difficult. I would have to practice a lot of patience. So maybe that is how it is for you. You love your family and you cannot wait to get out of the house. Or maybe you're realizing that this enforced togetherness is awesome and you're learning things and the energy is changing and you really want to spend more time. We get to practice things that we might not have had a chance to before. And it is scary. It is unsettling. It is a total shift without warning. And so all any of us can do, in my opinion, is do what's in front of us and to pay attention to what we need. And to help figure that out, if you're in a community of people, how to balance all those needs. Now, as an introvert, one of the things I really rely on are hugs. I love hugs. I love giving them and I love receiving them. It is a wordless act of healing and exchange and energy connection that I'm pretty awesome at. And the important word in there is exchange. It's not just a giving and caring for somebody else, but it's also a receiving, which is something that's, difficult for me. So, in this time of social distancing, hugs are not encouraged. So, what do we do to get that energy, that feeling of personal connection, that bit of joy and healing in a day? Well, here's my answer and my equinox gift, and to you and to me. It would be hugging a tree. Yes, I am a card-carrying tree hugger. Actually, I'm not sure if it says it on my business cards, but it does say it on my website. And so I thought it would be an excellent conduit for giving and receiving energy to each other. Trees, look, there's one behind me. There's one all over the place. They're connected to the earth and to the sky. They go down, they reach down, and they reach up. And the energy from their roots and the energy from their limbs spreads out. And so, every tree is connected to the earth. And all of the earth is connected, one way or another, if you go down deep enough. So, every time I hug a tree, that hug can go to you. And every time you hug a tree, that hug can go to me. And it is as easy as just wrapping your arms gently around a trunk of a tree. I would not actually suggest this one because it doesn't look like there's an easily accessible trunk, but I have one in my front yard that I hug regularly. That's perfect. And I think I'll put a picture of that, or did put a picture of that to start the video. So, and just take a breath. Arms around the tree. Take a breath. Give and receive. Now, if you're not like me, you're not used to doing things like this out in nature, and it can feel a little weird when you start because you think everybody's looking at you, even if they're not, even if there's nobody around to look. Put your hands on the tree. And this time, this tree is an excellent example. I can just even put my hand on the limb. I don't know if that got a good shot or not. The light's kind of weird here. And just wrap it gently around the limb. I do both hands actually to give and receive. And take a deep breath. And feel that energy exchange. So, happy equinox, happy spring, happy time of transition, happy exploration of all these new possibilities, happy fear and terror and getting through it and getting over it and finding the people that make us feel better, whether it is in person or in social media, and finding the places that we need to stay away from for our health and happiness. Happy self-care and self-discovery, and happy hugs. And we will see each other on the other side. Possibly still from 6 feet. See, I wave at you. Mwah. Take care of you.